Sweat Equity Podcast and streaming show, the #1 business comedy podcast in the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We've got our buddy Max Traylor on. I don't know if he's our buddy anymore because he didn't see us while he was an hour away when he came in town.
An hour away.
He's got a new book called The Consultant Survival Guide.
Oh, yeah. Learning to make benefit the glorious profession of consulting.
And Eric's going to be doing the audiobook from this episode, or these 2 episodes, I should say. Hey, we're the 2020...
Yeah, make note of that. You might hear this twice. It's not a mess up. It's going to be the second part of it.
Yeah, you're second lead on an audiobook. That's amazing, dude. What does he do? He taught us how to write a book again. He talked to us about how he basically did a second issue by changing only 25% of the words from his last book.
Genius.
And some psych study he's been working on. So, exciting stuff from old Maxie. Listen to us on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, your mom's Walkman. Plenty of today's occupations didn't exist a decade ago, like an esports game coach or a cryptocurrency analyst. From Etsy seller to podcast producer, new opportunities to build a career are popping up every day. And Squarespace is the ultimate tool for the professionals to use to build a site, to market their brand, and to sell anything. Features like, I'm going to read this whole copy.
Do it. I didn't know. I thought we got a new sponsor or something.
No, I pulled a copy from another big podcast about Squarespace. Features like Squarespace Analytics allows you to use insights to grow your business so that telehealth therapist can see you where you need to be. I should take these shades off. I'm not going to because I look cool. The appointment scheduling feature allows you to add online booking and scheduling to your Squarespace site. You might have to hit the intro music another time.
It's almost done.
So that divorcee in need of professional online dating profile writer can schedule an informational interview right on your site. What are you waiting for? Get a free trial for Squarespace. Build your site, your brand, market it out there with our free trial in the description. Hit the link. Let's get it going. Howdy dotty.
Sweat Equity.
Listening to the Sweat Equity Podcast.
I was going to write one book multiple times. If you do a word count on the how many exact same words and chapters appear from book 1 to book 2, it's about 75% the exact same book.
Oh, I sent this to Eric in Slack a couple hours ago. I was looking at some of the stuff. I was like, when I read the book, I was like, did Max tell us this stuff in interviews? I'm definitely too lazy to go look that up. Even though we have
having an outer body experience.
Well, look,
Deja vu.
I have a weird memory. Like I'll remember shit that I'm not supposed to remember and forget shit I'm supposed to remember.
Well, you take good notes. We know that.
Well, we got robots doing that now. I have to take notes. The only reason I'll take notes is because it actually helps me memorize. So if I do a set list before I go up, it'll be like 7 words. And I'll just go, okay, I can fill in the blanks in between that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes. Or sometimes not write it at all and bomb. But like, just by the fact of writing a note, I might not use it. I think you're like 30% likelier to memorize it or something like that if you write it down.
Sure.
I may have made that up.
Yeah, me too. No, I do all handwritten notes on all my like sales calls, on all my workshops. Like I'm a handwritten note guy too. It's absolutely, yeah. I mean, you have a photographic memory. So what you're experiencing is not deja vu. It's 75% the exact same content. I changed some words. I took some chapters out.
It's brilliant.
Put new chapters in.
I loved it. Once I saw the money tree, I put them side by side in each book. The money tree diagram. I was
the
like,
money tree chapter is the exact same. Yeah,
what the fuck?
That are literally the exact same. And I switch them around in the order just to,
well, little 3-card money.
Why not? But I got the idea from a buddy of mine that wrote a book, really successful leadership coach. And I was talking to him, and he was like, he wrote The Ultimate Sales Revolution. It was a book. And he's like, yeah, I wrote the book for the wrong audience because I really decided that my target audience is really chief operating officers. So I'm relaunching the book. And I was like, you're rewriting the book? He's like, no, I'm relaunching. I'm just changing the title and the cover.
It's awesome.
And I was like, what a badass. I was like, that's the way to do it. All these authors, I'm 15 times published.
Dude,
I'm
I got
like,
an
I
idea.
did 15 times published.
See, we
I'll have a
think-
black cover,
we're thinking
orange
one
cover,
book.
white cover.
We should do
Red
multiple
cover.
books.
Right. No, we're thinking like it's Google indexing these books or something. Nobody's checking this shit. We could just change
Well,
the title
my
and the
book.
cover.
I can plagiarize my own book.
Right.
How rad would it be to go? We're
And
not
you
only
could just sandwich more for the next one. It could be 25% bigger than this one. It's got this whole thing in
I'm
it.
going to send you an Amazon published book. It's going to be Max's book for law.
yeah, it's dope.
And you're going to be like, oh my God.
It's gonna get that
And I'm like,
customized.
yeah. It's like,
Suck
Max's
that.
law book.
Suck on that, Grisham.
Because that can fool people.
Well, no, I once I realized that, I go, that's brilliant. There's more consultants than there are agency owners, so that's number one, right? You hit if you were trying to do that.
I mean, that wasn't a part of my consideration. I'm never going to even scratch the surface of my addressable market.
Well, you want to get it out there at some point. It won't. It probably won't be on the New York Times bestseller. Probably won't.
Yeah,
I don't know
definitely
percentage. But I'm saying like you do want it to get out there in a certain clip, right? You did it for a reason.
Oh yeah. Well, the reason is sending it to people,
Right.
and then being like,
It's a great touch
wow,
point.
Baller moves.
this guy's really credible.
Yeah. Incredible.
I should pay him.
Until they see this interview and they're like,
Right.
what the fuck?
They were on the,
Yeah, I'm
he's
banking
the
on that. Like,
penis
don't show it
show.
to anybody in my target audience if you please. But
This whole book's
no,
a
yeah,
ruse.
there are different ways. There are different ways to use the book, and what I learned from my third book, the way I used my first book is that I would talk to somebody, and if I knew they were a good fit, I would send them my book. Now, half the time, by the time I got to the second conversation, they had read my book, and they would say, "I want to work with you." They were like, "Great!" So I was like, "This is the greatest thing of all time." And it cost me like $7 to send them a book. And so I'm going a little bit beyond that now because I have shifted from a low volume, high ticket business model where I'd charge like 50 grand and I'd want one deal a month to a more volume based business model where I'm charging, a monthly fee to consultants. So now I'm doing more group workshops. The people that do my group workshops, I get about 20 every week or so. They get a digital copy of my book. If I think they're a good fit and they in the workshop, they seem like a good fit, I'll send them an actual copy of my book, like the one I sent to you. And it's just like something that is very little effort on my part that gives them a very good sense of who I am. And if they can relate to that, then it's a lot, it's a lot more efficient for me to bring them into a program that is, them paying me.
Yeah, last we talked, you were working on something with the psychology of consultants. Doing a study.
Yeah.
See, my memory's not all cashed out.
It's there, man.
And why would you go from high ticket, low volume to high volume,
Yeah,
higher
it's usually
volume?
the opposite.
Well, I'm curious why you would want to do that.
Yeah, for sure. So a couple reasons. The first reason was personal, and I wouldn't have done it for just this reason. But when I work with a company and I, help them create this new service offering, and so let's say they're making more money, right? That was the reason I was doing it. Nobody's life changed. Nobody got to take a month off of work. Nobody got to tell their boss to F off. Like, it was like, oh, great. You did it. See you Monday. And it's like, nobody's life changed. But when I started during COVID, I'd start to, talk to these executives at these agencies and consultancies, and they'd be like, yeah, I want to do this, but Max, I'm leaving my company, or I'm about to get laid off, or, fook this, I'm done. And I would help them, and they would take a month off, or they'd take their family to Europe, or they'd do something crazy like that. And I was like, wow, I can really make an impact on people. So I knew that I was a lot more personally motivated to help individuals. But, during COVID, the first thing was the Great Resignation. You had all these senior leaders at organizations resigning. And so that was like the first wave of like, there's people with money. They're really smart. They can actually pay me these high fees. So I was still doing high fee, low volume, but it started to be individuals. And I started to build a new business model. I created the 90-day challenge. The 90-day challenge, no bullshit. And
is that a ping pong paddle?
I as a way to break it. What's that?
Was that a ping pong paddle?
That was a paddle. That's right.
Okay.
Just in case.
Moving on.
You need to give anyone a spanking.
Finish it. Finish the thought. Finish it.
Sorry,
yeah.
I couldn't just let it go. I'm sorry.
Stick with
You'll
it.
find it.
Yeah. So I needed to break. I knew I needed to create a business model that was a little more volume based. So I like to go from 1 to 1 to 1 to 10. So I needed to take what I was doing for individual clients and make it something that I could bring 10 people through at one time. So that was my 90-day challenge. I did that for 2 years, did about 6 challenges, figured that out. And then I launched the Maxess Pass. So now people can pay me a monthly fee. They get access to everything I do. My defense is a good offense, meaning like I have so many programs and things that I'm doing that they can't really abuse my personal time because I have so many things that are valuable that they're taking advantage of that, like, yes, people get me one-on-one, but it's not like they're talking with me multiple times a week or even weekly because I have so many cool group things that they can
scalable, digital, residual.
Exactly. See,
Maxess
there's
Hollywood.
books full of it, and you can't even repeat it. So that's why you need to do multiple books because you
I got
gotta
pretty
hammer
close.
this stuff home.
Hey, look, C- is good in my book.
Digital, belligerent.
I was so excited. I was like, I retain something. Blurt it out. You would know that if you read the book, bro.
If I got a book, I'm only an hour away from Sarasota.
The final straw was these layoffs. So my business model was about half and half independent consultants, half companies. And then I saw like 30,000 people being laid off all at one time. And I was like, okay, these people now have the time to do the hard work. They have about 3 to 6 months of severance pay. So they have the money. And they're pissed off at the man.
And that stimmy check, dog. Stimmy.
Right.
No one said it like that.
Yep, that's the tune. So,
you did all the time. I remember.
Stimmy. Still haven't gotten mine.
I didn't get one either.
Yeah, and I'm tell you what, man, I'm in the thick of it. Like, it's not all figured out. It's you change your entire business model on a dime, and I mean, I was well prepared. I've done it before, but it's still, it reminds me of what I'm helping other people do and how effing scary it is, and like danger, risky, and like you have like a short runway. And you like overwork yourself because you think you should be working as hard as possible, but in reality, you hit a point where there's like diminishing returns. So it's kind of cool to be back in that mode because I've been sort of comfortable for a couple of years.
Like Tom Cruise doing your own stunts.
Right. Yes.
You beat me to it.
I'm doing my own stunts.
Mm-hmm.
Totally perfect metaphor.
Like Travolta making out with dudes, right? Right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes.
Yes. What's it called? So you're kind of going through the customer experience, really. The
emotional customer experience for myself. Yeah.
Well,
and it's funny because I'm doing everything that I don't. Well, so most of my clients are in the stage of they need to maximize their low volume, high ticket, one-to-one consulting business. And so I mastered that. So I'm now on like a new frontier that I'm not exactly teaching people. I have a few clients that have gotten to that stage, but for the most part, I'm like out in front teaching something that I know works. And I'm just like, hey, I'm going to do this crazy shit. And I'm going to report back and I'll let you know if it's safe.
Yeah. You're doing quality control. It sounds like on this program. What was
like I'm tasing myself to make sure it's safe and there's no brain damage.
I can't tell if you're just like, you've already made it to a point where you're like, meh, I might as well just try this as a user again, just for funsies.
Right, to feel feelings again.
To feel feelings. Yeah.
Oh, you're dead on the inside too?
Business dead on the
Wait,
inside.
you too? Yeah. Business feelings. Well, no, my dad always said, when it's raining, catch the raindrops. And I interpreted,
your dad,
I was
And he was
moving.
also like,
Your dad
stop
is
jacking
like-
off in the shed too.
Yeah, your dad's like Abraham in this book. He just walks by
Yeah.
and says prophetic things and then just bye. You're like,
Yeah, and my grandpa. Well, I'm a fourth generation entrepreneur, so that's why I talk about my grandfather and my dad, and so I was very lucky to just be like, baptized into, hey, you're gonna do your own thing, and this is what it's like, and watch me do it. And
I think that's very underrated, honestly.
Oh, for
Coming from
sure.
a family, your family, not really.
A little bit.
I've got my brother-in-law and like my uncle to a degree, but like everybody else is like gold watch kind of territory,
yeah,
And so it's really tough to explain to them.
Like Eric was saying, what was it? Your in-laws that was like, oh, you're still doing that? They don't get it.
Yeah.
Well, they
It
never
was
got
his
it.
sister, but
Yeah, and they never got it.
Oh, okay, sister.
They never really got it in the first place because they didn't really want to take a minute to understand it a little bit more, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
maybe don't do your squirting bit for your sister. on stage.
she's not in that story. But
I'm not even saying she
Oh.
was in not in the bit.
no, I'll embarrass them if they come to a show. I'll point it out. I go, my sister's here.
Yeah,
Let's make fun of her.
It's tough. It's tough to believe in the mentality of like, I'm gonna do some crazy shit that like I believe in, and probably it's not gonna work. It usually doesn't work, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And here's all the people that have gone through the same process and have been successful. And then people discount it for a number of reasons. So it's just a different.
Are you doing
breed,
your little
but I was
books?
very.
Do you
but
like
I
when
was very
people
lucky
put
that-
little in front of what you're doing?
Right.
It's my biggest
Yeah.
pet peeve in life.
I know. As we
Are
talk
you
on our
doing-
little podcast.
Are you doing your little podcast still? Yeah, bitch. It's over 400 episodes. We're consistently doing it every week. Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
let me
still
ask you
doing
a
it.
question. How do you help people?
What's your little thing? How's your little
what's
cooking?
your little thing? Yeah.
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 Well, I knit quilts. I'm like, oh, sick, bro.
Yeah, how your little
Yeah.
macrame is going, bitch.
Yeah, what did you help one person? Does it take a year to do a quilt? How long does that take?
Well, I've come to call these things a noble contribution. You're making a noble contribution
you.
to the world. You don't care if it well, you do care, but if it didn't work, you'd still do it because you love doing it, and it's like, look, man, you're just out here contributing to people, and if it impacts one person, great, and that's why you do it. And so we gotta be crazy, risk loving idiots to do what we do, and that's what makes some cool stuff out there. So
Yeah, no risk, no reward. I've heard that before.
Sounds made up.
Okay.
very cliche law. Thank you.
No, I agree. There's a gut intuition, I think, within entrepreneurs and artists as well who don't want to be called entrepreneurs. But like, I feel like you have to be fucking insane to start doing stand up because you're terrible and you're like, this is going okay. This is getting a little better.
You're in
You're
complete
like-
denial.
You're so bad.
You have to be.
So bad. Like, you're fucking
I
horrendous.
thought it was good, though.
I got a couple laughs at this weird coffee shop. Like, that's your life for the first 4 years.
It's like an emotional form of cutting. Like you're abusing yourself. Like you were saying earlier, like, oh, so you did this so you could feel something. In a way, yeah. Because when you become comfortable, you're no longer an entrepreneur.
Yeah, it is like an ice bath.
I
Like,
was gonna say ice bath.
cute,
Mm.
super cute,
Fine,
dude.
well, you guys must work together.
And saunas,
Yes.
yeah. You're
Also-
thinking saunas too,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
and Eastern Promises fight scene,
Oh, yeah.
a lot of wieners.
Wieners flopping around.
Yeah.
Vigo Mortensen.
Don't pretend like you weren't thinking it, Max. Don't pretend.
I honestly tried to go through all the movies that had like
PPs.
dick in them. There's not a lot, and
Well,
I really
Eastern
find that
Promises.
offensive. Really, we're not
Promises to show you a lot of PPs.
There
we're
is
not
a,
really able to show our stuff.
Oh, go watch Viggo Mortensen and getting his Russian bathhouse on in a fight.
Full on naked fight.
A lot of dicks flying around.
We just
Well,
wrestle in the sauna.
My wife needs a good movie list. So
Yeah, they love that. Wives
Oh,
love
that's a
Eastern
real
Promises.
panty dropper, I'll tell you.
Hey, I was talking to
wife's
these two
into the
guys
book.
on the podcast. They said you should watch Eastern Promises. It's got a lot of cocks in it.
yeah, that'll really.
Sorry, I was
And
burping
then it
my
worked.
Guinness.
But no, she likes the books, man.
Okay.
She's really into these books. These like girl porn books. Where
Murder?
There's always like, well, the scary part is they're always like psychopathic murderers.
I think we
It's like
saw her
the
on
same
camera.
guy.
She's a white woman, right?
So
I mean,
You guessed it.
that's hot.
You guessed it.
I mean, white women.
Murderers are hot.
When we started this podcast, like I'd be like, yeah, I have a podcast. It's called Sweat Equity, and I love podcasts. And I'd look at them and go,
I'll bet
white
you
women,
don't-
murder. Which murder podcast do you love? And they're like, how'd you know? I
You
was
mean
like,
those audio stories that they say are podcasts? Bullshit.
oh, and that you think the crime rate's up because you're listening to it at that time?
Right.
The fear of fallacy the fallacy of fear index, we're safer than we've ever been
Yeah.
in history, but we feel like we're not.
It's the same
We
thing.
feel like we're the
It's-
highest.
It's the ice bath. We're just doing it to ourselves. Ooh, oh god, I got scared
yeah.
there for a second. Now I feel better though.
I never saw it from
Ah,
that side.
The
Yeah.
ups and downs.
But I don't think it has an end in a lot of women's head. I really think they think they're like mini detectives. And my mom told
For
me
sure. That's why each
yesterday
book
she
has,
followed
like,
a guy.
It's like a series of like 7 books. Yeah, it's always a series of like 7 books.
So wait, what are these books about? Psycho murder.
Getting tied up and like, almost killed and then like raped
Whoa.
and then like they love it.
Psycho killer.
Borderline raped, I think they call it.
Wowie.
Run.
I don't think we're gonna have that in our book.
We might. We'll put it just something for the white ladies of Gen.
Just make
Gen
it like
Z.
1 or 2 chapters for the white women.
No, we'll do when we sandwich the content, at the beginning intro for one of the episodes, be like, okay, this episode, Eric had a ball gag in his mouth and Law had on black leather zipper mask thing, and
Yeah,
that's
but
how
what's
this,
the weird part?
that's how it was.
That's a
Like,
normal.
oh my
weekend.
god, I love it. It
Jumps to
changes
attention.
everything. Yeah, it changes everything.
Max, what was this psych project you're working on before we get to on improv-y dirty highway?
I don't.
Before
This
we
is a
get to the
family
main
show.
event,
Remember our
we did
mission
a whole
statement.
episode on the psych project, I think.
What's that? Yeah, but you were in the midst of it last we talked.
Oh yeah. So we did. So like my advice to people has always been really simple.
What
and
was the
challenging
project?
Part has-
Rewind. What was the project overall?
oh, it's called the Psychology of Consultant Study.
I mean, great
right?
title.
And it came a. What's that?
Great title. I
You
love
don't
it.
have to have a catching title for a study.
Yeah, no, it's like
Ballbuster,
literally I'm
jeez.
studying the psychology of consultants.
I was kidding, guys. Max is a
We
friend.
could call it like
Nice to
balls
our
out
guest.
or something. But I wanted to dig deeper into why all of these people I was working with that I was giving such practical, simple, reasonable advice to would break down in tears all the time. And so I was like, all right, maybe there's a reason for this. And so I wanted to look into the level of imposter syndrome and perfectionism and workaholism, and the third profile was like jack of all trades, like when you think you need to do everything and you'll delegate nothing. And so we looked into those things and some behaviors that might impact your creative energy and your life satisfaction, job satisfaction, that sort of thing. And I teamed up with a PhD in psychology and predictive analytics. And so we surveyed all these consultants, and we found that there were some, big things, some really simple behaviors, like something as simple as planning your week on Monday. That for workaholics would have a 60% increase in creative energy if you did that. And so who knows if any of it's reality, but the guy's a PhD, seems really smart to me. And we did the work. We were baby stepping. We did the work, and there were some really cool things that came out of that.
Was that a What About Bob reference that I missed?
That is a What About Bob reference. Nice. I mean, you don't know, like my dog's name is Dr. Leo Marvin. Right?
Dr. Leo Marvin. It's like the chains are wrapped around me. Yeah, I love that movie. I want a Wagoneer. Like
and
that.
We have a cat named Lily.
Richard Dreyfuss.
Richard Dreyfuss.
That's my impression of Richard Dreyfuss.
That's one of my. That's one of my
higher pitched. It's more like this.
Richard Dreyfuss.
Richard Dreyfuss is more like this.
You're not getting any Richard Dreyfuss impressions on other business shows.
That guy's going to be big one day.
Oh boy. So what? Give us some other tidbits like that. I find that interesting. Like, that falls under the discipline's ultimate freedom kind of thing. You think it's going to handcuff you creatively? It actually gives you more room.
The biggest thing that study taught me is that something that will work for, let's say, someone that is driven by imposter syndrome. The feeling of I am, the smarter you get, the less smart you feel is basically how I define it. If I tell you to do something, it will have a drastically different effect on you than like a workaholic. So what we found is like a workaholic identifies as a workaholic. They get their self-worth from being a workaholic. So you can't try and change their mindset. That will have a negative impact. If you try and change their mindset, if you try and coach them, that'll have a negative impact. It's like an addict.
People think that's a good term. Like, it's a pejorative. It's not a good thing to be a workaholic.
Yeah. Well, so because you can't change it.
I'm addicted to workahol.
I was always trying to change workaholics. So what you do with workaholics is you give them boundaries. So a workaholic, what we found is that all the creative energy and the job satisfaction, life satisfaction increases comes with having barriers. Now, they can do a sickening amount of work. They could wake up at 4 a.m. and stop working at 11 p.m. But as long as there's a boundary, as long as they don't break that boundary, that's where the improvements come.
Yep.
So it's not saying you're working too much, work less. That will have a negative impact. You can't work that much. You have to wake up at 10 and stop at 5. They'll have a effing mental breakdown. The fabric of their being
they'll
will be
unravel.
Shattered. They'll go into a fucking, I mean, I'm not like a hard drug addict, but like what do they call it when you're
ego death?
What's that?
Ego death?
Ego death.
I don't know.
No, like you're craving it, like you get off a drug and you
like you need a hit.
You're fiending.
Yeah, like that.
Fiending?
Anyway, I don't know.
Fiending Willie Beeman?
Sure. Yeah, fiending while you're fiending?
Willie Beeman from Any Given Sunday.
Fiending while you're beaming.
I don't know. I was just trying to make it flow.
Yeah. But,
guys, I spit bars.
So that was the most interesting thing to me because I'm really opinionated and I know what works for me, and it was just a really cool thing to realize. Like, hey, people are crazy, and they're all their own different types of crazy. And so, what works for me or what works for you isn't going to work for Eric, And so, sometimes you got to embrace that people like are workaholics in this example, and you got to realize that you're not going to change them. But if you give them barriers, then you can control it and even harness some of that energy. And so it was sort of humbling and educational at the same time.
That's really cool. Is that up anywhere to look at, or?
Yeah, it's on my LinkedIn profile.
Yeah.
So it's on my LinkedIn profile, the initial version of the study. But what we actually did was we created this app. Because I got shiny object syndrome. So we created an app. I partnered with a PhD in predictive analytics. So now we're tracking people doing these behaviors, like planning on Monday, creating barriers.
Theme your days.
Yeah, and we're gathering the data. So now we have this app, and you take the profile, and so like you might be a
workaholic,
an imposter. You might be an imposter. Like you might be plagued by the idea that you're not good enough, and so we'll prescribe you behaviors that and will predict the increase in like your creative energy or the reduction in burnout and that sort of thing. And then you'll like on a daily basis, you'll rate like how your day is going, and that'll feed the algorithm. And so we're sort of building this predictive algorithm of certain things that you can do to improve your life based on if you're like an imposter or a workaholic or a jack of all trades or whatever.
What's the app called?
Clarity.
Clarity. And it's on
Clarity for Consultants.
Clarity for Consultants. It's on iOS and Android.
No, it's a secret thing that I have right now.
Okay, cool. On your BlackBerry.
It hasn't been launched yet. I try to do one thing at a time. Like I line them up, so I got the book right now, but the next thing is going to be Clarity. And I'm sure we'll talk about that in like 4 years, the next time we do an interview. Now,
you have to come on. When's that coming out? Man, app development's cool, huh?
I don't know. When do you want it to come out? Do you want to do it?
I'd be a guinea pig on that.
You're on the super secret meta beta.
Eric and I kind of always talk about this show. Business is really, it breaks down to psychology and a lot of basic psychology, honestly. And it's like, not that we've mastered business by any means, but I'm saying like the more we talk to people, the more the breakdown is less kind of math pain points and more psychological pain points. I feel like
it's a shit show, and it's exactly what I discovered, because I was like, look, man, I my advice doesn't change. I know it works, and the difficulty is not in how do I give people the advice. The difficulty is following my simple ass directions. Now, why do people have 30 mental breakdowns over the course of working with me for 90 days? It's because this shit is difficult.
You're the David Goggins of business, dude.
What's that?
Be a hard ass motherfucker. Get up. Do some push-ups.
Well, there's a reason I send all my clients a tissue box.
Sort of passive aggressive.
Okay.
I bet you're gonna use them, you bitch.
You're gonna wipe your
if you've got an issue, here's the tissue.
Well, so anything else anything else we can say about this book that's a cover of your other great book? It's a cover band.
No, man, the book
or a second issue. I don't know how you would describe it.
Well, it's a secret second issue. I really didn't tell anybody. And it's funny because I know most of the people that got the book had the original book, and you're the first person that has acknowledged that it's like basically the same thing.
I was so excited I figured that out. I thought I was like Breaking Bad smart. I was like, no, there's money tree diagram in this book and in this book.
It's like those pics.
Look, man,
Eric, see it, dude?
Find 5 differences.
Yeah, like you're sending it to Eric, like, dude, I'm not crazy.
No, he did. He sent me a picture where both pages of the money tree were laid out.
I had to show him
side by side. He's like, "Look."
No, I thought it was brilliant. It's like you wrote a book.
Bust his ass on this.
No. I just wanted to save it towards the end in case that wasn't supposed to be talked about.
I wasn't afraid of it. I am actually
if you brought it up,
he knew what he was doing.
It's all good, but I didn't want to be like, dude, I fucking found out, man. Snaking us.
I mean, it was all part of the
free book
strategy. Right? Like I wasn't setting out to write one book. I knew that being published puts you in a different category. So my strategist and I sat down and said, like, all right, what's a reasonable publishing strategy over the course of time? And if I do change markets, what are we going to do? And it wasn't write a whole new book, because writing a book, oh my God!
Blows.
I've got the time. I track every moment of time in my business, and I categorize it. So like, I know exactly how much time. I don't actually know. I have the data, but I don't know how much time it took me to write the book. It's wow. Like it. You think it's just writing, but it's not. There's so much more that goes into it. So if you write something that people actually like and are affected by,
I think this is how Hemingway described it.
Fix it if it ain't broke. Like, if you change your audience, just take the same concepts and apply it, to a different audience. Change the cover, make it yellow.
No.
Yeah.
Yellow tests well.
Yellow and black. Those are the 2 colors. Old school advertising sticks out.
Yeah. Once you go black, you never go back, but you might go yellow.
I've done both.
Ew, dude.
Not at the same time, man. Don't get weird.
I didn't think it was the same thing.
No, a threesome sounds overwhelming to me.
What do you think about that? You think I assume that?
What happens?
Why would I ever assume that?
I would be worried in that situation. I'd be done and be like, well, you guys, I'll just go do the dishes over there or something. Like, you guys just finish this one out?
I got Scrabble over there.
Because when I'm done, I'm done. Yeah. I mean, you guys are going to make a lot of noise. I can't go to sleep.
Yeah.
Even though I'm tired. Is that how you wanted to end this episode? On a week?
Honestly, I think I'll probably be canceled because of that
premise. Look, none of the things said on this episode represent the thoughts of Max Traylor. That's my disclaimer.
Period. I think you're going to say something else.
Yeah, I ran out of steam.
Yeah,
us too.
Look, I think the point is that I'm riding this wave of excitement around doing your own thing.
Dude, we're pumped for you.
Yeah. I want to do the audio book.
He really actually wants to.
I do want to do
tell.
that. No, for sure.
There's a twinkle in his eye.
I'll read the whole damn thing. I like it.
Well, it has to be a collaboration.
Fine.
And maybe we can make it fun.
Yeah. It will be fun.
I'll come in if you need a voiceover for some like all the racist
raspy lesbian
parts. Yeah. Oh, that. Yeah. Hey guys, you got my power tools you borrowed?
My flannel shirt.
Look, Subaru's running.
Every chapter
okay.
was a different person. I think that'd be funny.
Or that could be cool.
Well, a bunch of comics have done it that way.
Well, if every chapter was voiced by a different comic, that'd be cool.
Burt Kreischer brought in his huge black actor friend to say the N-bomb at certain points. I think that's genius.
On the book?
Yeah, because he's telling us
that would trigger the audible algorithms. I don't think that
not if a black guy says
it. I did see his new stand-up yesterday.
That's
my wife's a big fan of his.
Yeah, he's the pride of Tampa.
Yeah, well, I see that you guys are. You've got some badass guests, so I appreciate you having me on. We
FaceTime him abruptly sometimes,
right?
And by sometimes I mean once, and we freaked out like little girls.
It was cool
because he made $24 million on the road last year. God damn!
I told my wife that I was like, "Oh yeah, I think Bert was on this podcast." And she's like, "Why do they have you on the podcast?" I'm like, "Well, I don't really know."
We love you, Max. She's got to listen.
Kind of old friends.
She's got to listen.
I sent him a book. That's what happened.
We're internet friends.
Book
right?
That he didn't ask for.
We could have been real friends if you drove up.
Driven an hour from Sarasota that one time.
You know, we may have even come down there because you got kids and stuff.
I mean, I grew up in Jupiter. Like, Tampa's far.
You don't even recognize this place. We got buildings now, and
All right, guys. I'll go. Here's the thing. I'll come to Tampa.
Hard sell.
We'll do an actual sit down episode.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna have someone with a camera follow us around the golf course.
Okay.
Rough, but I'll do it.
Good golf pun.
Oh, I didn't even. Yeah, no. I was just thinking. I swing like Charles Barkley.
I don't think I've seen you.
There you go. And
I'm not
you're a
good.
comedian, so it'll be funny.
I'm down. I'm down to clown. We'll split this into 2 eps, I think. Yeah. And Max, you can get his book, Consultant Survival Guide.
Learnings from Make Benefit the glorious profession of consulting.
On Amazon.
See, that's why I need a support role in my audiobook.
Yeah.
Right there.
He's a voice instrumentalist, dude.
You're listening to the Consultant Survival Guide.
You're listening to the Consultant Survival Guide.
Let's get it clean.
Well, I meant learnings for make benefits.
Okay.
Oh, you got to do both.
I didn't understand.
You got it. Anyway, we'll work on it.
Yeah, we don't have to do that in the episode. But
quit this stupid job.
Hey, you got another job, dude.
Yeah, great.
See you, Max.
That one I'm actually excited about, for the record.
Yeah, appreciate you guys having me on. Solid shades, Law.
Thanks,
Solid
man.
Shades.
See you, dude.